you to consider the idea of compassion and how we can begin to use compassion in our lives. So today's practice is going to look at self-compassion and being kind to the self, and just giving yourself a bit of time to nurture and really honour yourself for where we are right now. So I'm just going to invite you to settle into your space again and just get yourself in a comfortable position, whether that's sitting up with your spine straight, looking ahead, whether your eyes would like to be closed or just lowered gently, just settling yourself into that comfortable position. Just inviting you to direct a torch of attention down onto yourself right here, right now. Just beginning to notice how you are after that first practice. Just notice any comfort or discomfort, any relaxation or stressed areas in the body that might have arisen from that last practice, from what you noticed. And I'd like to just invite you for a moment to just consider how you are in your heart, consider how you are in your mind, and just to consider how your body is feeling right now. And so I'm just inviting you to just direct your attention down into your heart area, and if you feel comfortable, perhaps putting your hand on your heart, and if not, just directing your attention onto the heart area, and just for a moment beginning to just breathe in and out from the heart. Notice how expansive or tight that area is, and I'd just like you to just perhaps recall a feeling of loving kindness in your heart space. And as you're breathing in and out, just begin to notice what that feels like. And as you begin to notice that feeling of loving kindness, perhaps allowing that feeling to just begin to settle into the body. And as you begin to breathe in, breathing in a breath of compassion into that heart area. As you're doing that, just notice the chest rising, the stomach rising, the whole expanse of the body, allowing that loving kindness to just emanate from that area. And as you're breathing out, I'd just like you to release anything in that space which isn't that loving kindness. Anything that might be quite uncomfortable, just allow your breath to just drift it out. And as you're breathing in that sense of loving kindness. I'd just like you to notice how that area is feeling right now as you're breathing in that sense of loving kindness, and whether that area can just release anything that isn't that. If there isn't anything but loving kindness, perhaps with the out breath, just really dropping that loving kindness into the whole of your being. And just notice if those thoughts wander, just bringing it back to the breath with the gentleness and curiosity of what this feels like for you, with no right or wrong, just allowing that feeling here right now. I'd like you to just direct your attention from that loving kindness and move it up towards the mind and begin to notice some of those thoughts that occur, ones of loving kindness and ones which are not quite so. And as you breathe in, I just would like you to, with your mind's eye, just breathe in a sense of kindness, nurturing to the mind, recognizing how amazing and wonderful the mind can be, yet how at times critical and unkind it can be. Yet all a part of the whole, and just with acceptance and kindness, just welcoming the whole of you here right now. You are wonderful just as you are. And just beginning to embrace every part of you, some of the parts that we sometimes try to push away, but just for now, just for these moments in practice, just allow yourself to be where you are, right here, right now, recognizing how perfect you are at this very moment. And from sending that loving kindness into your heart and into your mind, I'd like to slightly expand that even more, encompassing the whole of your being, your physical body, that amazing spark that makes you you. And just breathe that whole body breathing from the previous practice with a sense of loving kindness into the whole of your body. Really begin to see if you can just bring that sense of loving kindness into self, into that heart, into your mind. And as you're breathing, notice how the whole of you begins to emanate loving kindness. And just notice how that feels. Without judgment, without any sort of perception, just being and just noticing. Just being with that and just allowing the breath of loving kindness to wash through you like a wave. So just breathe in that loving kindness, and as you breathe out, perhaps sharing some of that loving kindness out to the wider world. Breathing in a sense of loving kindness to you. And with a breath out, just allowing that loving kindness to just emanate from you. And for this last minute of practice, see how deep you can breathe in that loving kindness into yourself, and how far and wide you can emanate that sense of loving kindness out into your wider environment, perhaps within your room, perhaps wider, dependent on how you're feeling. And just for this last minute, just enjoy that sense of that breath of loving kindness filling and sharing. Just when you're ready, open your eyes.